Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know, I of course am the FPL Train. Now in today's video I am going to be of course revealing my team selection ahead of game week 11. Well, I've only got one free transfer going into this game week. Now if anybody watched game week's 10 video, they'll have a pretty good idea what I'm thinking about doing for game week 11. But before we go through that team, let's look back and have a laugh, shall we, at game week 10 to see how I got on. Now, obviously, you can already see how I got on anyway, but let's talk about the misery, shall we? So, 36 points overall. I mean, truly shocking, let's be honest. Only 3 players out of my starting 11 actually got anything for me, which is a bit frustrating. And I even to be on the bench scored a goal. So, yeah, so just to get 3 turns out of a possible 11 was pretty dreadful. To get 36 points was pretty shocking. Kind of was expecting a bit more, so yeah, it was an awful game week. 39 was the average points and I got 36, which of course meant I got a red arrow. So let's talk about my defence first then. So Martinez, truly shocking. I mean, he's been massively disappointing and a big regret to bring in this season, but yeah, to score, I mean, concede 4 goals against Spurs. Weren't expecting it, to be fair. I mean, I've not been expecting it most of the time this season. I thought Villa are good, and they are good. It's just defensively they're not. So yeah, I got Jack It from Martinez, which is not great. I had a back 3, so of course I meant Delo and Ockley were on the bench. Now Ockley didn't even play, so that's alright. And Delo had Chelsea, so we weren't expecting anything there. So shock, he only got the 1 pointer. Obviously he did get the yellow card, so well done to him for being useless as always. So that meant my 3 at the back were Mykolenko, Lewis and Virgil van Dijk. Mykolenko, of course, I decided to concede towards the end of the game. It looked like he was going to be getting a nailed on clean sheet there. I brought him in pretty much just for, well, the Southampton game. Because I was looking at, obviously, defenders. Mykolenko starts, he's 4.3 and thought, you know what, go for it. He's got Southampton, best chance for him to get a clean sheet. And what happens? Everton, of course, lose. God, I do hope they go down because I'm not being funny. I'm sick of Everton now. They're a nothing club now. It's a shame to see because they're a massive club. But they're just a nothing club. I think they need what Villa got, get relegated and wake up basically. So yeah, awful there for Mykolenko, got just that 2-pointer. Rico Lewis, I mean obviously Pep Guardiola plays FPL secretly, he just doesn't want to admit it. Because obviously he came out the other day and said Rico Lewis is undroppable right now. And what does he do? Straight after that, he drops him for Bournemouth, which is absolutely ridiculous. I'm so glad Bournemouth won. Hopefully that makes Pep go, you know what, I need Lewis every game because I lost without him. So yeah, he only played 17 minutes there, so that was awful. Then Virgil van Dijk. I mean, I did say Brighton were a bogey team. Liverpool, they did beat them, but of course they did concede. But thankfully, he did manage to get an assist in that game. So I did end up with 5 points there, which was lucky. Midfield-wise, so obviously, I have made 2 transfers, which I'm not actually spoken about. So I have made 2 transfers in game week 10. So I brought, obviously, Mykolenko, which I've been speaking about. But I didn't want to talk about him too much because he's just a waste of time. But I did also bring in Mohamed Salah this game week, which meant I sold Semenyo. So obviously, Semenyo did score 10 points. So I did actually lose out on a point. But the reality is, going into this game, if I didn't make any transfers, Semenyo would have been on my bench anyway. So honestly, it didn't make any difference to me. So yeah, not great, was it? But still, at least Mo Salah, should say, did actually score a goal for us. So he did get 9 points. So I'm definitely taking that. I'm happy with that. Now, obviously, people were talking about, oh, his fixtures coming up aren't exactly easy. Because obviously, he's got the likes of City, Newcastle, and Villa coming up. Villa have just conceded 4 and they keep conceding goals. So I don't think the Villa fixture coming up is going to be bad. But yeah, 9 points from Salah. So I was actually happy with that. Smith Rowe blanked. I mean, they played well for him against Brentford, but yeah, he was unlucky not to get any goals. But yeah, it was disappointing. Phil Foden's disappointing yet again. Just seems to want to score in cup games and that, or Champions League, but not in the Premier League. So that one's been a very frustrating buy that I've done. So yeah, only 2 points from him. And in Boomer, I mean, I got lucky with their 3 points there, didn't I? Blimey, obviously they lost 2-1, but he came off in the 86th minute. Why the hell he got subbed off, I don't know, but thankfully he did because I got that clean sheet bonus point in there. So yeah, 3 points from him. And of course, Rodgers had to score. He was on my bench, got the 9 points overall. Scored the only goal for Villa. Did come off injured though, but I'm sure he will play because he did play in the Champions League, I believe, midweek. I can't remember if he started though. I have to double check that. You know what? I've just made that up now. I can't generally remember if he played last night. But yeah, Rodgers got 9 points, which is frustrating, obviously, that he didn't, start for me. But I just didn't fancy him against Spurs. It's understandable, really. But yeah, only one midfielder actually got a return, which of course is disappointing. Was hoping for a lot better, but I have to take what I got there. And then obviously my strikers. I mean, where do I start? Should I start with India? Absolutely disappointed there. Disgusted, really, by the fact that they didn't get even a goal, which was frustrating. I'd just like to point to how Rodgers did start against Club Brugge last night. So, yeah, at least I got that one right. He did start. Just play 66 minutes. But anyway. So yeah, India, whatever his name is, he blanked again, which is disappointing, really. I generally thought he was going to do well against Southampton. I think we all did. But yeah, that was a bit of a shocking result there. Erling Haaland, yet again, is blanked. I mean, obviously he scored against Southampton the other day, but I mean, remember at the start of the season, the guy got 10 goals in 5 games. We're now on game week 11 now. So in 10 games, he's only scored, how many goals has he scored? I can't even see it now. 11 goals. So that's dropped dramatically, which is quite surprising, really. But it still sounds good, doesn't it? 11 goals in 10 games. But to have 10 goals in 5 games, he's definitely gone off the cliff in the last 5 game weeks. But we know why, don't we? Because I bloody have him as captain. But anyways, finally that leaves me with Cunha. He got 6 points. He played amazing. I watched the game against Crystal Palace for Wolves. I was more frustrated the fact that he only got 1 bonus point because I believed he should have had all 3. He was the reason why they got the point, really. He got the assist in the first game in one of the goals. The second goal, or was it the first goal? I'm trying to think now. He was heavily involved in that one as well. So it's a bit like, oh, come on. He's the reason why they've got 2 goals. Give him the bonus points. But no, they decided not to give him the 3 bonus points. He got the 1. But yeah, at least he got an assist. He looks good. Really glad though that I brought him in because his fixtures going forward are phenomenal. But yeah, overall, 36 points. It's really crap, to be honest. Red arrow. Hopefully we bounce back for game week 11. So then, game week 11 and starting us off with my goalkeeper and defenders. In goal, of course, is going to be Martinez. He's got Liverpool away, so he's going to do absolutely nothing for me yet again for another game week, which is a bit frustrating. But yeah, I'm expecting maybe a 1-pointer if I'm lucky. I mean, to get 1 pointer is a bonus considering the previous game week he got me nothing, I guess. But yeah, tough game for him. In my back 3 then, it's going to be one change to the starting lineup. Obviously, Mikolenko is going to be dropped, even though he's got West Ham away, and West Ham have been truly awful this season. But I'm going to bring Delo in for Leicester at home. I mean, I know they played in the Cup recently, these 2 teams, and Leicester did score a couple of goals. And Delo has been truly awful for a while now, but I'm going to take the gamble. I'm going to regret it, but I'm going to take the gamble. So we'll see how it gets on. But Leicester on home, on paper, it looks good. Rico Lewis is going to start for me. Whether he starts, obviously, at the weekend is another thing. Because Pep Guardiola is a prick, and he just likes to wind us all up. And I'm telling you now, he plays FPL. But Brighton away, that game, I mean, it could go any way. Remember the Chelsea game against Brighton? Wild. That could be the same in Man City. We'll have to see. But yeah, tough fixture. If he starts, I'm just going to have to be more relieved that he starts, if being honest. And then Virgil's got Villa at home. Tough fixture. Will he get a clean sheet? Honestly, I don't think so, to be fair. I think Villa are good enough to at least get a goal in this fixture. The fact that it's at Anfield, though, is a bit more comfortable. But I still think that Villa will score against Liverpool, sorry. So yeah, not a great back line for this game week, is it? Moving on to my midfield then, and I'm going to stick with the same 4-man midfield that I did in game week 10, which means Rodgers stays on the bench, just purely because he's got a really difficult fixture against Liverpool away. Last 2 games now he's played, Premier League, Champions League, he has gone off early. Obviously Premier League was a knock. Champions League did start, but he still went off pretty early. So I'm going to leave him on the bench because it's a difficult fixture, and if he's not 100%, match fit, then it's not really worth having him starting. And plus, obviously, it's a difficult fixture. So the starting 4, in Boomy's got Bournemouth at home. It's a good fixture on paper, but Bournemouth are a good team. But the fact that it's at home, I'm pretty happy with. And especially the fact, yes, Brentford can't obviously keep a clean sheet, but boy, sure they can score goals. So yeah, hopefully Mbeumo bounces back from, it was a difficult game against Fulham, but Hopefully he bounces back from obviously blanking in that game week. And he's been phenomenal this season. You know, let's face it. We're going about Haaland scoring 11 goals. This guy's got 8 goals this season. So, wow. He's had an impressive season so far. It's my last week with Phil Foden. I'm going to say that now. If he does, obviously, even if he does score, I'm not going to lie, he will be coming out of my team more than likely ahead of game week 12, providing things go the way I'm thinking about going. So, yeah. Brighton away, sorry. I mean, he does well. He's done well against Brighton in the past, and you know we've seen how Brighton plays. So there's a good chance he could do well there. I mean, I really do need him to do well, to be honest, because he is a bit of a differential and he's quite highly priced. And the fact that he's just not been doing it at all this season, it's been truly, you know, remarkable compared to the last season. So he's only got the 1 assist this season. It's been a shocking season for him so far. Hopefully he can get, like he did to me last season, got a hat-trick against Brentford. Hopefully this time he can do it against Brighton. Mohamed Salah, of course, Villa at home. Tough fixture, but I think he can do well there. Especially about Villa play Champions League football, so they might be a bit more tired. Obviously Liverpool are used to it, Aston Villa are not. And then that leaves me with Smith Rowe against Crystal Palace away. Crystal Palace not exactly as good as we expected at the start of the season, but yeah, I do expect him to do well in this game. So fingers crossed he can get a goal or 2 in that one. It is at Selhurst Park, so I'll take an assist if anything. And that leaves me then with my front 3. Same front 3 as it was, well, for a while now. And that is, of course, Ndiaye, however you say his name, Haaland and Cunha. So Ndiaye's got West Ham away. Not going to lie, if he had a trickier fixture than Liverpool away, he would have been on my bench. But I'm going to start him. Hopefully he plays better than he did in Southampton and definitely play a lot more minutes. He only played 61 at Southampton, which was really annoying, that was. Really, really annoying. Honestly, I don't like him, but I need him for the next few game weeks anyway. I think I'm going to keep this guy up until game week 15, and then I'll definitely be looking at getting rid of him because the fixtures take a horrible swing for Everton. If you're an Everton fan, these next 4 game weeks are literally crucial. So fingers crossed he can smash it in those 4 game weeks. Erling Haaland's obviously going to be my captain for this game week. I'm expecting big things from him, to be fair, because he missed that penalty in the Champions League midweek when they lost to Sporting 4-1. So yeah, I'm expecting big things there. You know what Brighton like, they do like to leave gaps, and they're stupid enough they like to leave a high line. When you got players like Dunk at the back, it's just, you're just asking to get battered. So as good as Brighton are, I do think Haaland, this could be a game where he scores a hat-trick. So yeah, for sure, he is going to be my captain. And then Cunha, my most exciting player that I've got at this moment in time, just purely because he's very low owned. I really like the look of his fixtures. I still think he's done amazing considering the fixtures he's had this season. He's got 4 goals and 1 assist so far. Southampton at home, best fixture you can have this season. Wolves have to win because they're rock bottom at the minute. They still haven't won a game. Even Southampton have won a game. This is the start of something hopefully beautiful. Away scores, maybe 3 or 4 goals. That would be truly remarkable. Yeah, that is how my team is going to be lined up ahead of game week 11 because I will not be making transfers. The only way I'd make a transfer now is if Salah, Foden, Haaland come out and say I'm out for the rest of the season, which I can't imagine is going to happen because they all came off fine in the Champions League. So yeah, let me know what you think of this team. Let me know if there's a change that I should be making. Am I doing something stupid I haven't seen? I mean, I don't think I am. I mean, the fact that I've got certain players in my team is stupid, but it's the best I've got at this moment in time. But yeah, let me know what you guys are doing as well ahead of game week 11. Let me know what transfers you're thinking about doing. And before you go, please as well, do not forget to like this video, smash subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next one.